It's all right now. Think I make it anyhow. Morning, YouTube beauties. Did a little dance. So I'm actually feeling very good this morning. I actually, for the first time in a long time, I felt refreshed. I felt revived. And it's a little weird because I had a little trouble going to sleep. And I think it's because Saturday night when I came in from Prudential Center, it was crazy. Like the trains were just disrespectful. And I didn't get home till 2 in the morning. So I slept until 11 o'clock. So what, that's 9 hours. That's a bit long. And so I didn't go to sleep until I went to bed at 11, but I didn't really fall asleep till about 2. And yeah, luckily I got up. Like when my alarm went off, I laid in bed for a while because that's what I do. It's just a mental thing for me because I'm so used to, when I was a child, I would tell my mom, one more minute. And as an adult, I set my alarm for 5:15, but I don't get up out of bed till 5:30, 5:45 because mentally it has to process that it's morning. I don't know if anybody else goes through that, but for me, I do that. I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing, but I know that if it takes me a half an hour to get ready, or like even when I'm on vacation, like it don't take me long to get dressed because I packed the night before of what I need and don't need. So I make sure everything is good and packed up, and then when I wake up, I'm just brushing my teeth and getting dressed, and I'm out my way. But I wanted to talk about what happened Saturday night. It was so funny. And for this channel, first of all, thank you. 212 subscribers, 12. Thank you all. Thank you. Like this, I didn't even plan on doing a channel. What made me do it is my work schedule changed, and I'm in this locker room, and that's what really, like I had a channel, but those of y'all who's been following me faithfully, so I would upload like concerts only. That's it. I would never talk. I would just concerts only because I have an Android. No shade to Android people out there, but it's hard to keep stuff. So I would use YouTube as just a storage for videos, for concerts, strictly only. So it wasn't really meant to be nothing bigger than that. And so once they changed my work schedule and I'm in this here locker room, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do a channel. And then it spiraled into, sometimes I don't finish what I need to say at work, so I'll finish it at home. I also started writing more. I always was writing, but it's like this whole, once they changed my work schedule, it was like a blessing because like I'm almost like I need to start typing in my laptop, but I have so many ideas, and being in this locker room has given me so many ideas. So sometimes things may happen at work and stuff. Sometimes it's a blessing. I just wanted to let that be known. But to Saturday night, I had to tell y'all, first of all, the only reason why I went is because people that's from New York City, Barclays, they usually have a R&B thing for Mother's Day. This year they did not. So I was like, well, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do this year? So I actually saw the commercial on Tubi. Like if it wasn't for Tubi, shout out to Tubi. If it wasn't for the commercial on Tubi, I wouldn't have known about it. Like I remember I took my son to Macdonalds Fest years ago when he was little, like 6 or 7. And it wasn't all of that. Like this started, first of all, it wasn't nobody there. It was very empty. And I had purchased a ticket for section 233. And so I'm on time now, right? So I'm there and I'm sitting there and I noticed that the curtain was up. So everybody knows that when your curtain is up, that means that the section is closed off. So I automatically knew I'm like, something's going on. So I walked all the way around. Yo, I was walking, walking, walking. Finally, the lady was like, you gotta go downstairs. I'm like, imagine if I had never been to an arena. Imagine if I had never like been to a concert or nothing. How would I know that I'm in the wrong seat? Because to be honest, the curtain, I don't know if y'all realize, it's see-through. Like I could still see whatever artist on stage. So I'm like, yo, it was crazy. So I went downstairs and they gave me a new ticket to sit closer. And when I got to my seat, it was a whole family there. And I told the usher, I was like, it's no problem. I'll just sit down there. He's like, oh, but somebody may come. I knew ain't nobody was coming. I still sat in my rightful seat and the family moved to another area. But it was kind of like sit where you want because it was so empty. Like the only part that was filled was the floor seats. So then we started at 5:30. They had a competition. Way too many people competing. Way too many people competing. And then they had the audacity to have Macdonald's employees and they giving them awards. It took like an hour. I kid y'all not. Then Whitney Houston crackhead brother Gary, he spoke for a whole half an hour and then was singing. And then he stopped. Something was going on with the mic or something. And no, it was nothing wrong with the mic. It was something wrong with him. And then it was just so hilarious, the whole experience. And we was like, yo, where's our refund? It was crazy because I personally came there for Jamal Bryant and the Clark sisters. Jamal Bryant, shout out to him. He's very anointed. I'm going to upload his sermon on my channel. I thought I did, but it looks like I didn't. Very anointed. He told his testimony about how he dropped out of high school, got his GED, and went into Morehouse College. He's also a Duke University college graduate and just being very inspirational to the mothers. Like basically don't give up on your child. His mother never gave up on him, and that's why he is where he is today, because of a praying mother. And I wanted to say that, like, continue to pray for your kids. I always pray for my son, and I know that there's a man upstairs is definitely a God, because my son definitely came from a long way. He was always a good kid, but he had academic difficulties. He's been on the honor roll, and now, he's not on the honor roll no more, but God is working in his life, and it's a wonderful thing. But so Gary, Whitney Houston, crackhead brother singing, and that took up a lot of time. And at this point, the old lady started cursing. I'm like, oh, they got church folk cussing. She's like, where the fuck is the Clark sister? Like at this point, it's starting to be like a little riot now. So the Clark sisters, they come on stage at 10 o'clock. I kid you not. And it was crazy because the people that were sitting behind me, the guy, he was looking for, it was him and I guess his sister and somebody else. They look like a family. And they left. And I felt bad, like, wow, they left at 10, not thinking that but I was determined. I was like, I ain't leaving until they say Clark sisters is not coming. Even though I said, oh, they ain't coming, I stayed. I went to the bathroom. I guess he thought I was leaving, but I went to the bathroom and I came back and the Clark sisters was performing. So I was happy about that. And then as soon as they start to sing my favorite song, Is My Living in Vain, they say, oh, time is up. Yeah, time is up because y'all let crackhead Gary take up all the time, and the Macdonald's employees. We don't care. And even other people said it too. We don't give a shit about that crap. Like, come on. McDonald's Fest. Please do better next year. I know this is the first time in 3 years y'all did put a program together. There is no reason why a show should start at 5:30 and end at 11. That's utterly ridiculous. Like my mother, like my mother would say, that is utterly ridiculous. Seriously, 5:30 to 11 is way too long. And I'm okay with concerts that's long. Barclays is pretty long. They start at 8 and they be over like almost midnight. That's 4 hours. That's fine. But anything that exceeds, we talking 5 hours, 5.5 hours, that's way too long. That's way too long to go without food. People got to take medication. Come on, McDonald's first. So, yeah. Also, I wanted to let y'all know PATH train after a certain time is slow. And then, so I get to the train. I got some African food after, really good. It was a truck stop. So if y'all ever go to the Prudential Center, please treat yourself and go to the African man. That the food is good, trust me. Tell him Crystal sent you. So, yes, that food was hitting. Because I was so hungry, they made me throw my sandwich away. And I have to remind myself that I used to work at Barclays, but there's nobody that's like me. Like, I used to let people come in with the food because I know they be hungry. And that arena food is expensive and ain't no good. So I used to tell people, you know what? You got your little sandwiches. Please put this at the bottom of your bag. And don't tell nobody that somebody let you in. That's what I would tell people. But of course, you know, people that's new, they want to, you know, she like, you got to throw your sandwich away. Like, damn, bitch. So I was starving in there because I'm like, I don't eat arena food. I worked in 2 arenas, so I know how it go. Everything is old. Like, they just, nothing is fresh. And even if it is fresh, it's expensive. So I, you know, and I didn't want to stand on no line, you know. I didn't want to stand on no line. But yeah, so that's my PSA announcement. McDonald's Fest, please get it together. There's no reason why you should have Gary, who's not even an artist, take up that much time. There's no reason that y'all should be having a award ceremony for the McDonald's employees. Y'all got to do that on y'all time. Y'all cannot be doing that at a gospel fest concert. Like, we didn't come for that. We don't care. And then for the mayor, you know, he didn't even get to say nothing. You know, y'all gave more time to the employees than the mayor. The mayor was there literally for a minute, if that much. 2 minutes. He was in and out. Like, he understood the assignment. I'm not going to keep you for long. But then y'all want to have a whole ceremony for McDonald's founder, CEO, or whatever employees y'all had. And that took up too much time. That's not what we came there for. Okay? So, yes. Y'all had the old people cussing. Church folk cussing. Yes. And yeah, just to let you, yeah, the PATH train, it didn't leave till midnight. I get to Fulton Street and the MTA worker, that's another thing, MTA worker, if you don't know something, don't say nothing. I asked the MTA worker about the 3 train, he gonna say, oh yes, it's running. I waited for the 3 train 45 minutes and never came. And something told me take the 8 train. Something told me, you know what? Because my thing was, oh, maybe the L train not running. Because I have to take the A to the L. I live in Brownsville. Something told me take the A train. So I walks to the 3. 3 never came and I had to end up taking the A anyway. I took the A to, what was that? Broadway Junction, and then, you know, I do my transfer. The L train came right away too. I waited like less than 10 minutes for the L. But yeah, so that was my Saturday night. Yeah. But McDonald's Fest, get your life together.